What comes to mind when you hear the word graffiti? Vandalism, colorful murals, political messages, or perhaps the mysterious works of Banksy? Graffiti and street art have long divided public opinion. Some see them as crimes against public property, while others view them as powerful forms of artistic expression. But one thing is certain: these art forms have transformed cities across the world and changed the way we think about public spaces. From ancient civilizations scratching messages into stone walls to today's breathtaking murals covering entire buildings, graffiti has a history that stretches back thousands of years. This is the fascinating story of graffiti and street art. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more documentaries about history, culture, and art. Graffiti is much older than spray paint. Archaeologists have discovered ancient graffiti in Egypt, Greece, and the Roman Empire. Ordinary people carved names, jokes, declarations of love, political opinions, and even insults into walls. One of the richest sources comes from Pompeii, the Roman city buried by Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Its preserved walls reveal thousands of handwritten messages. Some advertised gladiator fights, while others simply declared love or mocked neighbors. These early writings remind us that people have always wanted to leave their mark. The word graffiti itself comes from the Italian word graffito, meaning a scratched inscription. Modern graffiti emerged in the late 1960s and early 1970s in Philadelphia and New York City. Young people began writing their nicknames or tags on walls, buses, and subway trains. One of the earliest famous writers was Cornbread from Philadelphia. Soon, New York became the center of the movement. A teenage messenger known as Taki-183 started writing his nickname all over the city. His tag appeared so frequently that a newspaper featured his story in 1971. Thousands of young people followed. Graffiti quickly became a competition. Writers wanted their names to appear in the most difficult and visible places. Simple signatures evolved into larger, more colorful works using spray paint. An entirely new visual language was born. During the 1970s and early 1980s, New York's subway system became a moving art gallery. Artists covered entire train cars with colorful letters, characters, and elaborate designs known as pieces. Styles became increasingly sophisticated. Bubble letters, wild-style lettering, outlines, shadows, and vibrant color combinations pushed creativity to new levels. Crews formed to work together and compete against rival groups. For many young artists living in disadvantaged neighborhoods, graffiti offered recognition, identity, and a creative escape. However, city officials viewed it very differently. Graffiti was considered vandalism, and authorities launched massive campaigns to clean subway trains and arrest writers. By the late 1980s, New York's subway graffiti culture had largely disappeared, but its influence spread worldwide. As graffiti grew, some artists crossed into the traditional art world. Jean-Michel Basquiat began with street messages under the name Samo, before becoming one of the most celebrated contemporary artists. Keith Haring used empty advertising panels in subway stations to create energetic chalk drawings filled with dancing figures and symbolic images. Art galleries started paying attention. Collectors who once dismissed graffiti began purchasing paintings inspired by street culture. What had once been considered criminal vandalism was slowly gaining recognition as a legitimate artistic movement. The line between street and gallery became increasingly blurred. By the 1990s, a new generation of artists expanded beyond traditional graffiti lettering. Street art embraced stencils, posters, stickers, sculptures, mosaics, and large-scale murals. Instead of focusing mainly on names and signatures, Many artists addressed social issues, politics, environmental concerns, and human rights. Cities around the world became open-air galleries. Murals transformed neglected neighborhoods into vibrant cultural destinations. Street art also became more accessible. Even people unfamiliar with graffiti culture could appreciate realistic portraits, humorous images, and powerful visual messages. The movement had evolved far beyond simple tagging. No discussion of street art is complete without Banksy. The anonymous British artist uses stencils to create witty, often provocative images that criticize war, consumerism, inequality, and political power. His identity remains one of the greatest mysteries in the art world. Banksy's works frequently appear overnight and attract international attention within hours. Ironically, pieces originally painted illegally have later been protected behind glass or even removed from walls and sold for millions of dollars. One of his most famous moments occurred in 2018 when a painting partially shredded itself immediately after being sold at auction. Banksy helped bring street art into mainstream culture while continuing to challenge the commercial art market itself. Today, nearly every major city has its own street art culture. Berlin's remaining sections of the Berlin Wall feature murals reflecting freedom and history. Melbourne is famous for its colorful laneways filled with constantly changing artwork. São Paulo developed its own distinctive graffiti style, with enormous murals covering skyscrapers. Mexico celebrates mural traditions that inspire modern street artists. Cities including Lisbon, Bristol, Bogota, and Cape Town have become international destinations for street art lovers. Many local governments now commission artists to beautify neighborhoods and attract tourism. What was once considered urban decay has become a valuable cultural asset. Despite its popularity, graffiti remains controversial. Unauthorized graffiti is still illegal in most countries. Property owners often spend millions removing unwanted tags. Critics argue that graffiti encourages vandalism and damages public spaces. Supporters believe public art gives communities identity, encourages dialogue, and allows voices often ignored by traditional institutions to be heard. The debate continues today. Where exactly is the line between vandalism and art? The answer often depends on who owns the wall and who is looking at it. Street art continues to evolve. Artists now combine murals with digital technology, projection mapping, augmented reality, and even artificial intelligence. Social media has completely transformed the movement. A mural photographed today can be seen by millions around the world within minutes. Festivals invite artists from different countries to create legal works that celebrate local communities. At the same time, underground graffiti culture continues to thrive, preserving the rebellious spirit that started the movement decades ago. Graffiti and street art remain powerful reminders that creativity cannot always be confined to museums or galleries. Sometimes the world's greatest canvas is the city itself. Whether viewed as art, protest, or rebellion, graffiti has permanently changed urban culture. And every time someone picks up a spray can to tell a story on a wall, that history continues to grow.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so for the price of a cup of coffee. Just click the link in the description.